It's been a very busy week for Rob Zombie, who just announced his upcoming Freaks on Parade summer tour, a co-headliner with the legend Alice Cooper. But he also announced a membership change with Piggy D, the band's bassist, their longtime bassist, leaving the group after 18 years. He shared the following statement announcing his exit. He shared this statement online. He wrote, "Dear friends, my time with Zombie has come to an end. It was an honor to entertain you for the last 18 years. I look forward to the future and wish everyone the best. Peace and love, Matt Montgomery, aka Count D, Piggy D, and Giggles." And of course, this isn't the first membership change we've seen in recent memory. You had John 5 departing Rob Zombie's band, but Rob brought back Riggs, his OG guitarist, who's been crushing it out there on the road. And a short time after it was announced that Piggy D was departing, Rob Zombie had some very big news. He's reuniting with Blasko after 18 years away. Blasko is an amazing bassist. You also know him from his work with the legend and icon Ozzy Osbourne, a total pro, an amazing bassist, one of my favorite bassists. Here is Rob Zombie announcing Blasko's return to the group. Now, this went absolutely viral, 54,000 likes on this post at the time of this video. Rob Zombie wrote, "After 18 years, I am thrilled to announce that Blasko has returned. The original four-string zombie monster is back. Get ready for a crazy summer of mayhem." You've got Zombie, Riggs, Blasko, and Fish. That's a sick-looking band, and Rob is doing about everything he could possibly do to get the fans pumped about this summer tour, bringing back the OGs. I'm really stoked about this. And now I'm so excited to bring on a very special guest. We've got Blasko on the line himself to react to the big news. Blasko is actually one of my favorite people and one of my favorite bassists. It's so great to have you here, brother.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So you're returning to this band. The response has been incredible. What does it mean to you to be coming back home with Rob Zombie after 18 years?
It feels cool. You know, our separation, 20 years ago was, in my opinion, very professional. And so because of that, we've maintained a relationship, for the duration of that time. Would chat occasionally and, just kind of kept in touch. Go out to shows and whatnot. It was always a cool thing. So it feels good to be back. Kind of feels fresh, even though it's like, someone could have had a kid and they'd be in college by now. Like, it's been that long. So here I am still doing it. But people seem genuinely excited about it. I'm excited about it. I think the fans are excited about it. And I'm a little surprised that, people care as much as they do. I wasn't sure that anyone was really keeping score or kind of was gonna notice, but seemingly it kind of seems like people are excited. So that's very cool.
It's been one of the biggest stories of the week, and I think, it's gone totally viral. It was viral for us here, and what I think it is it seems like Rob is methodically bringing back the OGs, and it really feels like this is a reunion of sorts. And it makes me, I've seen Rob Zombie more times than I can count. I'm always going to go watch him live, but it makes me genuinely excited for this tour. I imagine your phone's probably been getting blown up by people pumped about this as well.
Yes, there was a lot of congratulations, and which is very nice, but I'm just trying to, let people realize that, that there was no skill level involved in any of this. Like, I literally just said yes. But I also do have now a stable of people that are willing to go on tour as a tour photographer or blogger or backup bass player or tech or personal assistant. So I've had a lot of people reach out and offer their services in many a way. So it's very, it's pretty funny.
I can carry suitcases, whatever you need, right. Just let me know. I just think that's so cool. And I think it's neat that after all those years, you have kept in touch with Rob Zombie, and it seems like a very positive situation, which I just absolutely love. How did you guys meet originally? How did you and Rob meet way back in the day?
Man, that's a good question. I believe, well, actually, no, it's a bit foggy. It's not foggy is my point. Is that, I was in a band called Drown in the mid '90s, and we were managed by, the same management company, that was called the Piranha Brothers at the time. It was Walter O'Brien and Andy Gould, and they managed Pantera and White Zombie and Prong and The Obsessed and our dumb band. And anyway, we also, White Zombie and Drown had the same A&R person who was Michael Alago, who I think you might know.
Yes,
Anyway, he was
I
the
know who he is. I don't know him. Yeah.
so he really connected the dots, and I remember that he took us and Rob and Sherry out to go see Nightmare Before Christmas when it was first in theaters, and we all went to that together, and that was whenever we kind of first met. And then over the course of time, whenever he was looking to put together his solo band, sort of the connection of the management as well as Danny Lohner from Nine Inch Nails was some connective tissue there. And then Riggs, under the management, Riggs and I were both in Prong. And so that was that was some of the connective tissue there as well, is that we were both in Prong together, and then, Prong had broken up, but whenever Rob was looking for a solo band, it was kind of like, well, we got this band that doesn't have a band, so maybe they can be your band. And that's
I
kind of
love
how
that.
that worked. Yeah.
It's interesting to me because I always wonder. I like to ask people like you who've you've accomplished so much, you're still accomplishing so much. Do you ever look back on like your younger self and like wonder like how trippy it is that you're kind of where you are now and doing what? Do you ever like think of it in that term?
It's so crazy that I have Ozzy Osbourne, Rob Halford, Rob Zombie. Like I have these people like in my phone book, you know, like
Nuts.
I can text with these dudes is pretty wild. Like my 16-year-old self totally does not understand what is happening. Yeah.
It's so amazing. So the
Yeah.
big summer tour was just announced. I've got the dates up on the screen. I'm for sure coming out to this probably multiple times. So what can fans expect on this upcoming tour? Because for those of you that don't know, Blasko is also a dude who's in really good shape. You're going to bring it live. You have a real intensity to you up on stage, which I love. What can the fans expect on this tour?
Exactly that. You know, a lot of energy, a killer set list. Uh, you know, he's hinted at maybe there'll be a new song in the set. But yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of energy. It's going to be very, very dark and very evil and
Yeah.
and very dirty and very menacing and very massive. So, you know, expect all you can expect, but expect more.
Yes. And I just want to ask you this too, because I'm obsessed with this record. You played bass on Hellbilly Deluxe.
I played bass on some of it.
What do you
Yeah.
remember from those recording sessions? Because that's such a legendary album for me. Like that is just
I
crazy
just,
to me.
yeah, I sort of distinctly remember I met Rob for lunch, and he was kind of like just making sure that I was down with the program, which of course I was. And he said, let's go to the studio. So we drove there from lunch to the studio up in the Hollywood Hills. And I vaguely remember that Dragula was on deck, and the producer was like, he's like, okay, there's a bass over there. I had never heard the song before. He's like, there's a bass over there. It's in C sharp, ready, go. And he just pressed record. And I had never heard the song before. And I somehow fumbled my way through it. And then after the end of that first take, he was like, okay, that was cool, but next, let's do it again, but this time don't suck. And, and that's how that went down. And history was made, and we went on tour with relatively low aspirations that, it was going to become a thing. I think that a lot of people thought that it was just a transition in between White Zombie albums. And it turns out that the Dragula came out and the record dropped and it exploded and it was triple platinum within like 2 months. And here we are, you know, however many hundreds of years later, and people still want to hear those songs. So
I remember, and they're just timeless classics. And I just remember from my own standpoint, I remember when it came out, I remember how terrifying you guys looked. You guys really, like, I was just growing up listening to this music, and it's not just the music. I was like scared of you guys. I'm like, these guys are monsters. The imagery of the whole band is just over the top for me. And I just think that's been a big part of his career as well, that he's done so well. So
yeah, I remember a live review once, and it referred to it was a very Spinal Tap type of review, and it referred to the band as Rob Zombie and his band of clones. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Which was I kind of almost to the day. Like, I saw a comment yesterday about the picture of the four of us, and someone wrote like, it looks just like the same picture 4 times. So once again, so here we are 100 years later, and not much has changed. So it's got, you know, you can rely on the zombie gang to deliver what you want to expect.
Well, you've made my day twice. It made my day yesterday seeing that you are back in the band, and also it made my day today having you on. You could be anywhere, so I really appreciate you being here. And Blasko, I'm pumped. I know the fans are freaking pumped about this. Congratulations to you. You're a great dude. And I'm just so excited to see you up there live with Rob Zombie. It's going to be incredible.
I'm very excited. Thanks for taking the time to chat. And I will see you at the gigs. And of course, you know, I got you hooked up. So
thank you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you. Appreciate you. So happy to see Blasko back with Rob Zombie. He's a great dude. And also, I wanted to shout him out. I'm a cat lover myself. He's going to be running a race and raising money for an LA kitten rescue. If you'd like to support our furry friends, I've dropped that link in the description down below. That's your latest update from Rockfeed. For the latest news and updates, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Support us on Patreon right here for the latest news and updates.